couple weeks ago, I told you guys that I'm starting a journey to win a Category 2 mountain bike cross-country race, and my training has begun. It hasn't gone perfectly, as with all things in life, but I want to give you guys a little update on how it's going and the actual gear that I'm using to get my training done. So let's do a little rundown, piece by piece, of all the different equipment I'm using. First and foremost, this is my brother's old road bike, the Felt Z10. He ran into a dog one day while he was out on the road.
Prototype collapsible wheels into a Labrador that couldn't wait for the lights to change before crossing the road. The commissaires were at pains to point out that neither rider nor dog was injured.
Crashed this bike, messed up the wheels, broke the seat post, and basically never rode it again. So I've gone on Amazon and bought a new seat post, very cheap piece of crap, and bought some new cheap piece of crap wheels just to get me going, just to get me training. You can see I've got that red tire on the back. That's a training tire. I had a normal tire on the back, and when I was doing sprints a couple days ago, I could smell the rubber burning on the back of the bike, so it was time for a training tire. The trainer I'm using is the 1UP USA trainer. They make great bike racks, and they make pretty good trainers. Obviously nowadays all the trainers are kind of smart and have, built-in electronics and this kind of stuff, but it's what I've got, and I'm going to make it work for now. So as you can tell, this is the ultimate Frankenstein setup here, and my speed and cadence and heart rate monitor sensor combination is no exception to that. So I have a Garmin speed sensor here, and then I have a Wahoo cadence sensor because I had the Garmin sensor on there, but it's an Ant Plus, right? So you have to have the little USB dongle to make it work. My buddy Jonathan from Trainer Road said, hey, check out the Wahoo stuff. It's Bluetooth. You don't need a dongle. So I got that. But once I got the Wahoo thing, the Wahoo speed sensor has never worked. So I haven't had the time to go and talk to Wahoo customer service and say, hey, this thing never worked. I've opened it up, played with the batteries, yada, yada, yada. So right now I've got half Wahoo, half Garmin. It's working good. And the reason I'm doing this is because you need this speed and cadence to figure out virtual power. And virtual power is a key to your training. Having a power meter on your bike is the holy grail of getting good information and knowing how you're training, but the virtual power does pretty good too. And before I forget, here's the Wahoo heart rate monitor that I wear. It's nice because it has the clips right there on the front. The Garmin has a clip in the back, kind of like a bra, where you have to put it on in the front and then move it around. Here's that USB dongle I was talking about. This is the Ant Plus dongle, and I have a really long USB extension cord that can run from my laptop, and then you throw it underneath the bike, like so. I just got this new pair of ISSI trail pedals that I've been testing out on my bike. You guys know how much I like my Shimano pedals and how much they've been bulletproof over the years, but it's time for a change, time to play with something new, so these things are feeling pretty good so far. And to go along with those pedals, one of my oldest pieces of gear, my old Giro mountain biking shoes. They work just fine for the trainer. This is a little tire riser thing that it really serves no purpose to me personally, except for if I want to train indoors, I can kind of keep the front wheel off the carpet. When it comes to riding gear, I seriously have to endorse these REI socks. This is what I wear on every ride pretty much. I've had these socks for 10 years and they do not look any worse for wear. It's completely amazing to me that REI could build a product like this where, maybe they were $12 when I bought them 10 years ago, but holy crap, they've lasted forever. Then the only other thing I wear is a pair of Pearl Izumi road shorts that have really done me well over the years. I put a lot of miles on these things, and when you're on the trainer, you want to be as naked as you possibly can be because the sweat just pours down. So with those bits and pieces, you can do pretty good. You've got the bike, you got the trainer, you got the pantaloons, you get on the bike and you ride. But you need more than that because you need a structured workout plan to actually get you in the zone, keep you in the zone, hurt you, put you through excruciating pain, and then kind of back off a little bit, all by people that have kind of studied it and worked on it and kind of have a good idea of what a body should be able to take and what hurts you the right amount to actually cause a change in the body and cause some adaptation and cause you to get stronger. There are a ton of options when it comes to software workout stuff, but the two I was most interested in were Trainer Road and Zwift. And over the past couple weeks, I've been trying both of them out, And they both have their pros and they both have their cons. So Trainer Road, I think if I was 100% dedicated to winning this race and just nose to the grindstone, Trainer Road would be the winner because it has a structured workout plan that keeps going. It's mapped out. The entire 12 weeks or however many weeks you want it to be is all mapped out of, hey, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do this, do this, do this. It's just training on rails. And I have complete confidence that by the end of that, I would be strong. So Trainer Road has great software. It's a great presentation. I love the dashboard. I love so many things about it. But it's not social. And that's where Zwift really is pretty cool. You log into Zwift, you've got your little avatar, you put your jersey on him, and you start riding. And when you're riding, you're in this virtual world. And there's something to be said for this virtual world thing. Even though it's kind of rudimentary, it's not like super fancy graphics or anything, but it's neat. You just see people going by and you know they're real people out there kind of suffering with you. There's group ride stuff that I haven't quite gotten into yet. Actually, my buddy Gene from Regular Guy Mountain Biking is going to start up a Zwift group. So that's the group that I will eventually be a part of. Once he starts that up, I'll get in on that and hopefully we'll have like a weekly ride where everyone can kind of hop in, train together, chat, and socialize. That's really one thing I want to do more and more with is build a community around this channel and actually get to ride with you guys. And I'm not going to be able to ride with all of you guys. Even if I come to your hometown, I won't be able to ride with you always because all these different circumstances of rider ability and how many people and all these different logistical nightmare things that I am still trying to figure out. So if you're on Zwift, look me up. You can find me under Brian Kennedy and you'll see my little avatar here and add me as a friend. I think you can only do it on your phone, add as a friend. So Zwift is pretty clunky for sure. Like there's some weird stuff that goes on with it, but that virtual world is just, it's pretty neat to me. One of the cool things with the workouts is like if you're doing sprint intervals, you know, you'll kind of be going along at your normal pace and then you'll see the flamme rouge up ahead, you know, you'll see the gate up ahead where it's like, okay, that's when the sprint's starting and boom, you start the sprint. And then you can see in the distance when the finish line is coming. It's just, there's something a little magical about that. And it's really inspired me when I've been on doing a Zwift. So I'm digging it. I've got the gear. That's great. It's a pretty good setup, but it doesn't mean shit unless I actually get on it and ride it and set time aside out of my schedule to do it. This is the toughest part. We all have excuses. My excuse is I'm traveling a lot. I was just in Las Vegas and then Southern California. How am I supposed to do a training ride when I'm already riding every single day? I had one day off in between and I was like, I should actually take a rest day, I think, instead of just ride to let my body recover. We all have these excuses. It's all about priority in life. If my priority really was to win a mountain bike race, that would be it. Eat, breathe, sleep, mountain bike race. I'd be on Trainer Road. I'd be hitting every single training session, never missing anything. But that's not my priority. It's a goal. It's something I want to do. It's something I'd love to do. Fun videos are always going to come before crazy maniacal training. Sorry if that disappoints anyone. I think that covers everything that's happened over the past few weeks with my training. I'll keep updating you guys on what's happening in my training world. If I get new gear, if that crappy seat post breaks off in my butt and I have to go to the hospital. And if you're not following me on Instagram stories, you need to get on there. There's all kinds of stuff that I post on there that might not ever make it into a video. So a lot of people are enjoying that. Check it out at BKXC on Instagram. I'm sure you guys have questions. Let me know in the comments. But until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the trail.